Do you want to create logo animation that should look 2D but at the same time it should look smooth and simple? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Aging Motion Designs, and in today's video we are going to learn how to create this lace logo reveal animation inside of After Effects without using any third-party plugin but with the help of simple and cool tips and tricks inside of After Effects. And if you want to learn more about motion graphics in advance, then don't forget to check out my Udemy courses as well. All links are available in the description. And if you want, then you can join my Motion Pro membership as well, which is just for 59 rupees. You'll get access to new videos, motion graphic tutorials, Cinema 4D tutorials, Blender tutorials, project files, etc. etc. And this Motion Pro membership is just for 59 rupees, so it's easy for joining and it will be a support for this channel as well. And if you're new to this channel, then please consider to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more updates. So without wasting any much more time, let's get started. Okay, so here we are in Adobe Illustrator. Now I have already created one blank document. The size of this document is 1920 by 180, and I got this illustration from freepik.com. The link is available in the description. And out of all this, because we are going to create lace logo reveal, so I'll choose this ones. So I'm going to simply select on this one and I'll hit Ctrl C to copy. I'll go to this main document and I'm going to press Ctrl V, and by holding shift I'm going to increase the size of this. Okay, now after that I'm going to select this, right click and choose ungroup. So then again select this, right click and choose ungroup, and we are going to delete this shadow. Same for this one, we will remove these shadows. Simply right click, ungroup, select these shadows and hit delete. So we have this portion separated and this one is on the separate layer. So now let's select this one and I'll hit Ctrl X to cut it out. I'll create a new layer and I'm going to press Ctrl Shift V to paste in place. Okay, and now we have these two on separate layer. So let's save this file like that. Now I already created this lace logo over here. Also, you can easily get this from the internet, and otherwise I'll provide the link in the description as well. And you can find this files on Patreon as well, so you can download it from there. Okay, so now we'll go to the Adobe After Effects and let's create a new composition, and I'm going to call this as main animation, just like I always do. Width we are going to choose 1920 and height we are going to choose 1080. Frame rate is 30, but if you want your animation to move, you can choose 60 frame as well. And duration I'm going to choose 1 minute long, and background color should be white color, and simply hit OK and hit OK. Then we'll go to choose grid and line option and simply hit on turtle shape action. Then I'm going to press Ctrl Y to create one solid background, and I'm going to call it as BG and simply hit OK. Now hit Ctrl I to import your logo file. So I'll import my PNG file of that logo. Simply hit import. Then I'm going to hit Ctrl I and I'm going to import my Illustrator file as well. And most importantly, import footage composition related sizes and simply hit import. Okay, so this file contains this chip. So I'll hit Ctrl K to open the project window, not project window, but composition settings. And I'm going to rename it as add chips. Okay, like that. Now let's try to do animation for this chips first. So let's select this and let's hide this for now. I'm going to select this and I'll try to bring this at the center. I'll hit W and I'll try to rotate it like that. Then let's select this and hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. Press V. Let's try to bring this over here. Hit W for rotation tool and rotate it like that. Press S and let's scale this size. Then again I'm going to hit Ctrl D. I'll try to bring this over here. I'll rotate it again. I'll try to adjust the size differently. Again I'll hit Ctrl D, W, rotate and try to adjust the size over here. Okay. Then I'm going to enable this chip as well. Try to bring this over here, rotate it, hit Ctrl D, adjust the size, hit Ctrl D, adjust the size, hit Ctrl D, adjust the size like that. Okay, sorry. Try to adjust the different sizes. Again, I'll select this, hit Ctrl D. Let's bring this over here and try to adjust the size, and don't forget to save this file. And let's select this again. Let's rotate it. Hit Control D, move this over here. Hit Control D, move this over here. Rotate it. Basically, we need to create this randomly like that. Okay, I think we need one over here as well, one over here as well, and one over here as well. Okay, so now we have already created our different collection of chips. So let's save this like that. Now let's go to the animation. We have already created one background. So let's lock this over here. Now I'm going to press Ctrl Y to create one solid background, and I'm going to choose black color over here. Hit OK and hit OK. Then I'm going to press G for pen tool, and I don't want any fill, so I'll delete this fill. And for the stroke, I'm going to choose white color and simply hit OK. Then from here to here, I'm going to create this kind of stroke, and stroke width, I'm going to choose 1 pixels. Okay, and let's make this fit. Let's select this stroke and let's choose full resolution. Let's select the shape layer and press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Then go to the Align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Then we will try to go to the contents and we will choose this option known as zigzag or wiggle path as well. It's totally up to you. Let's go to the wiggle path. Let's increase the size of this, and corners I'm going to choose smooth. And if you hit play, we will get this kind of animation. So let's try to increase the stroke to 3 and let's see what kind of thing we'll get. We'll get something like that animation. Now let's minimize this wiggle part. Let's go to the add again and we are going to choose a repeater. Go to the repeater, go to the transform repeater 1. Let's decrease the position somewhere around over here. Okay, like that. Then we will select this and we will go to the align left and let's increase the number of copies totally like that. Then press P for position and try to bring this over here like that. Create one keyframe. Zoom in. Let's go to around 8 seconds. Try to bring this from here to here. Okay, so what will happen that we are gonna get this kind of a little bit shaky animation over there. Then after this, I'm going to select this layer, go to the effect and presets panel, search for turbulence displace effect and double click to apply. So we will get that displacement effect over here. Then alt click on this evolution tab and search for time star 30. Okay, so along with that we will get the evolution animation as well. Okay, now after this what we need to do is we will right click new and create one adjustment layer. Then we'll go to the effect and presets panel and we are going to search for tint effect and double click to apply. Now in tint effect, I'm gonna go in black color and I'm going to choose red color for now. Then I'll go to around 20 frames. I'll select this and I'm going to press Ctrl Shift D to split this layer. Then go over here, choose different color like that. Again, take a gap of 20 frames. I'm going to press Ctrl Shift D to split this layer. Go and choose different color like this. Hit OK. Go to 2 seconds. Press Ctrl Shift D to split this layer. Go over here, change different color like that, and go to 20 frames and press Ctrl Shift D to split this layer and let's delete this. Okay, now select all of these layers and press Ctrl Shift C to pre-compose and I'm going to call it as BG animation and hit OK. Then go inside this. Let's go to the last frame over here and hit N. Then in work area, right click and choose trim form to work area. Go to the main animation, hit O so you can go at the end of this composition. Right click, time and choose time enable remapping. Then before this last keyframe, create one keyframe and we will delete this last keyframe. We don't need that. Okay. Then alt click on this stopwatch and we are going to search for the lookout expression over there like that. Okay. Now let's select this and don't forget to save this file. Okay, so now if you check it out this animation, we are going to get this animation continuously. Okay, let's hit U to minimize all of this. Now After that, I'm going to select my ellipse tool, and this time I want fill and I don't want any stroke, so I'll delete this. And by holding shift, I'm going to create one ellipse. Then select this ellipse, hit enter, and let's call it as mask and press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Then go to the align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Press S for scaling option, and initially let's make the scale 0 and choose alpha mask to this background animation. Then create one keyframe at scale, go to around 1 second and let's increase this value. Then select those keyframe and let's hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here. So we will get this kind of animation over there. Okay. Now I have created this arrow over here. Basically, I got this one from freepik.com. I'll provide the link in the description so you can download it from there. We will import this arrow in After Effects. So let's go to the After Effects and I'm going to hit Control I, and I have named that Illustrator file arrow. I'm going to simply go to the footage, composition rate and their sizes and simply hit import. Then I'm going to bring this arrow over here, or instead of that, we'll double click to open this. I'll select this layer, I'll hit Ctrl C to copy, I'll go to the main animation and I'll hit Ctrl V. I'll hit enter and I'm going to call it as arrow. Then press S for scaling option and let's try to decrease the scale of this arrow like that. So let's make this proper 50. Then press P for position and press F4 as well to enable this icon. Now this arrow should come at the center somewhere around at this point. But before that, we will go to the chips options and we have this chip over here which is at the center. So hit Ctrl C to copy, go to the main animation and hit Ctrl V. So it should be placed over here. Hit enter and let's forward it as chip. Okay, like that. Select these two layers and change the color of them to yellow, so it would be easy for us to differentiate between them. Okay, so now let's hide this chip for now. Let's focus on this arrow. So press P for position to create one keyframe. I'll go to around 1 second to create another keyframe. Okay, and at this point over here, let's enable this chip. Let's try to bring this downward. And now we need to create one square around this chip. So for that, I'm going to select my rectangle tool and I don't want any fill. So let's delete this fill. And for the stroke, I'm going to choose white color and let's create one rectangle around this chip over here. Then select this and press Ctrl Alt Home. Go to the align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically and select this chip and try to bring this in between this. Then select this and let's increase the stroke of this to somewhere around 5. Okay. Now after this, what we need to do, there should be some box at the corners. So for that, I'm going to select this rectangle tool again and choose white color and let's remove this stroke, zoom in and let's create one rectangle, not rectangle but square. Let's select this and press Ctrl Alt Home. Let's try to move this over here. Now let's select this and hit Ctrl D to duplicate it and try to bring this over here. Then again select this and hit Ctrl D to duplicate it and and let's try to bring this over here. But obviously this will create more layers. So instead of that, there is a trick that you can use. Let's delete all of this. I'm going to select this shape layer. I'll go to the add and over here as well I'm going to choose repeater and go to the repeater and let's choose copy to only. Then go to the transform repeater and let's add just the position, so it should go somewhere over here like that. Then minimize this repeater 1, select this repeater and hit Ctrl D in repeater 2 only. Go to the repeater 2, transform repeater, reduce this position to 0 and increase this position over here, so it should go over here. Okay, and if you want in middle as well, you can do that as well, but for this I want up to this only. So let's minimize this, select this and make it apparent with this box, which is this one. So let's make it apparent with this one. Okay, like that. Then I'm gonna go in rectangle 1, rectangle path, or let's go to the stroke and click on this dashes. Okay, so we'll get this kind of a dash. Okay, so let's make this fit. Okay, let's make this fit, and don't forget to save this file. Now, now we can try to animate. So let's select this arrow I have already created at the start, and let's try to bring this totally downwards. And around 1 second, I'm going to move this at this point. Okay. Then let's select this, all of this, and try to bring them downward like that. So select this position. Let's select hide all of this extra stuff. Select this arrow, select those position keyframes and hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here. So if you see this animation now, we will get something like that. And it should start somewhere around at 10 frames. So let's select this arrow and move this over here. Okay, like that. Then it will take a gap of few frames like that. So you see, we have this, and this animation should be a little bit faster. So let's move this over here. Okay, like that. Then after a few gap, I'll create one keyframe. Let's enable all of this. Then go to around 2 seconds. Let's select this and try to move this up to this. Okay, like that. Select those keyframe and let's hit F9. Then select these two layers and with the help of open square bracket, move this over here. Select this box, press Y for pen behind tool, and let's try to bring this anchor point at this point. Press S. Initially, scale should be 0, so create one keyframe. At this point, let's make this value 100. Okay. Also, select those keyframe and hit F9. So if you check it out this, it will look like that it's creating a box like structure. Okay. So if you see, we are getting this kind of structure. Now, let's go inside this BG animation over here. Let's zoom out. Let's select this stroke and select your selection tool and stroke width. Let's choose 1 pixels because it's really hard to see our animation. If I check it out over here like that. Okay. Similarly, at this point in BG animation, because of this color, it's very hard to see that stroke. So I'm gonna go over here and instead of this kind of a green, I'll choose something a little bit darker. So my stroke should be visible like that. Okay. Now let's select those keyframe of arrow and this stroke. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Okay, so if we check it out this, we'll get something like that. Okay, then I'm going to select my chip over here, which is this one. Again, with the help of open square bracket, I'm going to move this over here. Then go to the last frame and I'm going to select this chip and I'll make it apparent with my third layer as well. So now it will look like that this is creating this chip. Okay, like that. Then after taking a few gap, I want this one should be gone. So with the help of open square, alt close square bracket, I trim up to this. Okay. Then I'll select this chip over here like this and let's try to increase the size a little bit like that. Then somewhere around at this point when this entire stuff is gone, I'll create one keyframe over here. I'll go to 3 seconds and I'll try to decrease the scale of the chip. Select this, hit F9, go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Okay, like that. So we will get something like that. It looks like a falling. So let's try to bring this a little bit closer. Okay, because it should be a little bit quick. Okay, like that. Now after this, when this is creating this, I'm going to select this arrow over here and I'm going to press Ctrl Shift D, split this layer and hit U, and I'm going to remove this keyframes. We don't need that. Okay, so now this is complete a new arrow. Now what we need to do is that we need to create a path for this so it can animate along with this path. So for that I'm going to press G, and from here to here I create one path. Then from here to here, first of all let's remove this fill. Okay, like that. And then somewhere it should end over here. So let's try to adjust this shape like that. Okay, So we have created this part, and let's create one stroke as well, so it will be easy for us to see where it's going. So let's select this and let's choose stroke width to somewhere around 3 pixels like that. Okay, so let's select this and move this over here, hit enter, and let's call it as path. Now go to the contents, shape, path, and create one keyframe at path. Then select this, hit Ctrl C to copy. Let's minimize this. Then select this arrow, press P for position, select this position and hit Ctrl V to paste it. So now if you check it out this, we are gonna get this kind of animation. Then go to the start. By holding Alt, I'm going to bring this up to 3 seconds so it will animate a little bit faster. Okay, or you can bring this up to 3.10 frame as well. Then hit F9, go to the graph editor, select this graph. By holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here like that. So if you check it out this, we will get something like that. Now after this, it's not rotating properly, so for that I'm going to select this, right click, transform, auto orient, and we will go to the offset along path and hit OK. And then if you see the path is different, so let's go to this path, start this R for rotation, and let's rotate it like that. So now it will rotate along with this path. So if we check it out this, we are getting something like that. Now along with this stroke should also animate. So let's go over here, add and choose trim path. Go to the trim path and let's make this end value 0. Create one keyframe at end and one keyframe at start. Hit U. Let's go to the end frame. Let's increase the end and start value and select the start keyframe and move this a little bit forward. Select those keyframe, hit F9, go to the graph editor, select this graph. By holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. So if we check it out this now, we are getting something like that. Okay. Now if you want, you can increase the stroke a little bit like that and try to bring this after this. Okay, like that. Now let's do one thing, select this and increase the stroke like that. Go to the search option and search for cap and choose round cap. Okay, then along with that, go over here in search option. I am going to search for taper like that, and let's increase the start length somewhere around like this. Okay, so what will happen along with this, we will get this as well. Then select this part, hit Ctrl D, and let's try to bring this arrows over here, and with the help of arrow keys I'm adjusting it, and let's decrease the stroke width a little bit. Hit U, select those keyframe and let's try to bring them a little bit forward like that. Okay, so what will happen, that we will get 2 lines. Okay, and when this all is ending, I'm going to select all of this as well as this arrow. First of all, select these 2 parts, hold Alt, close square bracket to trim up to this. Then select this arrow, and this time I'm going to press Ctrl Shift D to split this layer. Okay, and then hit U. And again, I'm going to delete all those keyframes. Similarly, right click, transform, go to the auto orient and choose off and hit OK. Now, before we try to move it, let's go 1 frame forward and try to bring this over here. And now we need to match with this original rotation. So press R and let's try to rotate it like that. Okay, and then bring this over here and select this and also adjust it up to here. Okay, so what will happen, that there is not gonna be a discontinuation. So if you see this animation till now, first we got this, we have created this chip and then this. Now after this, I want this, first of all save this, I want this chip should select this and it should break this like that. So for that I'm going to select this arrow, press P for position to create one keyframe, zoom in, let's go few frame forward and let's try to bring this over here. Then go somewhere around over here, select the original position, hit Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Then again, I'm going to select this arrow, press R for rotation to create one keyframe, hit U, go over here and let's rotate it like that. Go over here, and in this time we totally rotate it like this. Then after that, I want this chip should go with this arrow. So let's select this chip, press Ctrl Shift D to split this layer, and we will remove this parenting. Then try to bring this over here, and this time press Y for pen behind tool, and our anchor point should be at the top of this arrow. Then select this chip and make it apparent with this arrow. Select this chip, press R for rotation to create one keyframe. Go to the forward keyframe and we will try to rotate it like that. Then at this point, we will make this value 0 like that. Okay, not completely 0, but somewhere around like this. Okay, then select those keyframe and we will hit F9. Go to the graph editor, zoom in, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here, select this, move this handle over here, and move this handle over here. So if you check it out this animation now, we will get something like that. Okay, but if you see the animation looks very slow, so let's select all of these keyframes and by holding Alt, try to bring this over here. Okay, so if you check it out this animation till now, we got this and we got this. Now at this point, again we will select this chip and I'm going to press Ctrl Shift D to split this layer. Let's try to bring this at the top. Let's go and choose this value none, and I'm going to press Ctrl Shift C to pre-compose, and we are going to put it as breaking chip, and go to move all attributes into the new composition, and we will pick OK. Then we'll go inside this, we'll go to the start and we'll try to bring this chip over here with the help of open square bracket. Then go to the main animation, go to the 4 second and try to bring this at this point with the help of unsquare bracket. And we are going to select this and we'll go to the effect and presets panel and we are going to search for CC pixel poly effect and double click to apply. And we will increase the force value to 600 and select this force center with the help of this picker. I'll bring this force center at the center of this chip and we will get this breaking animation. Okay, so after this, what I want is that our chips composition should come at the center and it should get blown. But before that, I need this arrow should be gone. So after this explosion, first of all, let's select this chip over here, which is breaking chip. And we will try to adjust the grid spacing up to 20 like that. Also, direction randomness should be 100. So what will happen that there should be some, you know, extra stuff. Then after that, I'll select this and I'll hit Ctrl D again. And this time I'm going to choose grid spacing to 10. Okay, like that. So we will get this kind of stuff over here like that. Yeah. Now after this, I want this arrow should be gone. So I'll go somewhere around 4.15 frames and I'll try to bring this arrow over here. Then go to the graph editor, select this graph and let's hit the F9, zoom in and try to adjust this handle somewhere around over here like this. Okay. And then at this point, I'm going to select this arrow and I'll hold Alt close square bracket to trim up to this. Okay. Now, when these chips are entirely gone, I'll select this breaking chip. I will hold Alt close square bracket to trim up to this. Okay. So now if you check it out this animation up to this, we are getting this and then we are getting this. Now somewhere around at this point, I'm going to hit Ctrl 0 to open my project window and I'm going to bring my chips composition over here like that. And with the help of open square bracket, I'll try to bring this over here. Then go inside this chips. Now let's make this full resolution like that. Let's select any one of this and let's apply Gaussian blur effect and double click to apply and let's increase the Gaussian blur to 100. Then select this Gaussian blur, hit Ctrl C, select those alternative chips like this and hit Ctrl V to apply, or let's deselect this one. Select this, hit Ctrl V You are free to choose anyone if you want. I'm going to choose some random chips like that. I'll also select this, but try to add a different variation of that blur to them as well, so it will look a little bit different. Okay, like that. Up to this much looks good to me. Now after this, I'm going to select all of them. I'll go to the effect and presets panel and I'll search for wiggle position effect and double click to apply. And let's choose quarter resolution. So what will happen, we will get those wiggle animation over there. Now press P for position to create one keyframe. Then press R for rotation to create another keyframe. Then press S for scaling option for scaling keyframe. And hit U. Then go somewhere around 20 frames and create one keyframe on each position, scale and rotation. Then go to the start. First of all, make this rotation 1 for each and every one like that. Make sure that all change has been done. Then go to the align tab. We will need to make sure that we have selected all layers. Then go to the align tab, align horizontally and then align it vertically. Then make the scale of each and every one to 10. So we will get something like that. Then take a gap of few frames up to let's say 21.20. Create one keyframe each. Then go to 20 frame forward. Again go to the align tab, align horizontally and align vertically. Let's make this value 10 again. And let's make this value -1. Okay. So we will get that rotation again. Then I'm going to select all those keyframes like that. And let's hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph. By holding shift, move this handle over here and select this and move this handle over here. Then select this portion, again move this handle over here. Select this and move this handle over here. Okay, so if we check it out this, we will get this kind of a blowing animation kind of stuff. Now hit page down button 2 times or 1 time. Hold Alt, close square bracket to trim up to this. Right click, keyframe assistance, sequence layers, hit OK. Zoom out and let's increase the duration of it like that. Okay, but if you see it looks a little bit random. So let's go to the start. Again bring this over here. Hold Alt, close square bracket, and we don't need to go page down button and go forward. Simply go to the start and hold Alt, close square bracket to trim up to this. Right click, keyframe assistance, sequence layers and hit OK. Okay, and let's increase the duration. So we will get something like that. And we have to make sure I'm going to select this layer which is at the center, and it should be on top of that, each and every one. And try to bring this over here like that. Okay, over here. And this one should be gone at the end. So try to bring this keyframe at the end. Okay, press F4, select all of them and enable their motion blur like that. Okay, so now if you check it out this, we'll get this kind of a animation. Then go to the main animation. And now if you check it out this, we'll get something like that over here. And then we will hit Control 0 and I'm going to bring my logo image or PNG image over here and try to bring this at the center. Then press F open square bracket to trim up to this. Convert this layer into 3D. Press R for S for spinning option to create one keyframe. Then R for rotation, and I want to rotate it on y-axis like that. So let's create to one keyframe. Hit U. Go to around 1 second to create another keyframe on both. Then go to the start and let's make the scale 10 and rotation to the rotations. Select those keyframe. Let's hit F9. Go to the graph editor. Select this graph. By holding shift, make this handle over here. So we will get something like that. And enable the motion blur as well. Okay, like that. And scale, I'm going to make this proper 0. Then it would be easy for us. And this animation should happen somewhere around at this point. Or let's go and try to at this move this over here like that. And similarly, somewhere when this is starting, I want to select this mask keyframe. If you select those keyframe, hit Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V over here, right click, keyframe assistance, time reverse keyframe. So what will happen at this point, this portion is gonna get ended like that. Okay, and let's try to bring this a little bit over here like this. Okay, so now if you check it out, this animation from the start, first we look at this, then we look at this, and then we look at this. Then I'm going to select this chip. I'll hit I to go the star, press S, and let's make the scale 130 to create one keyframe, and then go somewhere around that last, and let's make this value 100. So what will happen? We'll get that a little bit scaling animation over there as well. Then select this logo, and let's try to adjust the scale a little bit lower like that. So if you check it out this, we will get this animation first, and then we will get this animation like that. Then select this chip, go to the effect and presets panel and search for drop shadow effect and double click to apply. And we are going to choose distance to 100, softness to somewhere, or let's choose opacity to 20 like that, and distance to 350 like this. And let's see how does it look first. Yeah, this looks good to me. Let's increase the softness to 50 like that, or I think we need to increase the softness to 3. Okay. Okay, and we need to increase the distance as well. It should be a little bit more. And I'm going to select this crop shadow. I'll hit Control C, and we need to apply on this chip as well over here. It is at this point. Also, it should be applied for this chip as well. So let's hit Control V over there as well. Okay, like that. Okay, over here. So now all this animation is done up to 8 seconds. Let's say it ends over here like that. Now I want a kind of a 2D look and kind of a vintage look for this. So for that, I'm going to right click new and create one adjustment layer. Go to the effect and presets panel and search for a noise effect and apply this noise and gains, and apply this noise and choose 25% of the noise. So we will get this kind of a noise texture kind of a stuff. And on the same layer, I'm going to search for posterize time effect and double click to apply and choose this to 15 frame. Okay. So now if you check it out, this animation, you will get something like that. And then we will get this kind of a cartoonic look over here. If you want, then you can choose 24 frame per second as well. Then it will give you a more cartoonic look to this like that. It will take a little bit time to load this animation because this frame rate also takes some time to get load, but the final result will look something like that. Okay, like this.